What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Clown Blog. Definitely drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me, see me clearly. Throw your city and state in the chat. Listen, the Instagram model took the Benz back. Y'all, this is the title of the show. Why is this the title of the show? Because summer is approaching us and some folks are not paying attention. Look, there's a couple downstairs from me. Well, they're on the same level, but they, essentially started a Torino business and they both had two Benzes. Now, I knew before this even started, they weren't going to make it. Why were they not going to make it? Because the black dude was from Atlanta and she was from the internet somewhere, and they met on their gram and they lived together just quickly. So now they're doing Torino. When one car's out, they drive in the other car. It's all good in the hood. Well, all of a sudden one day I saw one car gone, just one Benz, not two. Okay, and I said, damn, what happened? They said, we had a wreck. I said, oh, shit. Then all of a sudden I started noticing, oh boy, didn't come back from Atlanta as often as he used to. Then all of a sudden I noticed I'm seeing her mama, I'm seeing her uncle, and I'm not seeing oh boy. Now listen, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the details. He black, she Latino, she ain't cute, but she got a fat booty, okay? And I know how people are. So I said, man, let me be nosy and ask, hey, how's your other Benz doing? Oh, it wrecked. And when it wrecked, the insurance company found out we were doing Torino. I said, oh man, that's terrible. That's terrible. So then I say, okay, well, good luck on the other car. She said, oh, it's hard just having one car on Torino. Now, I looked up the other day. The Benz is gone. The Benz is gone. Now, I was telling y'all, these were some suspicious Benz because they kept having 30-day tags nonstop. And I said, now, what's going on? I ain't never seen 30-day tags that last a whole year. That's something up with that, right? So long story short, she says, oh, yeah, we broke up. I'm out of Torino, and I got this other car. So I look over. She got this car. It's a nice car. Not a bad car. It's just a used car. Nothing wrong with it. But she acted like she was ashamed to say it. Now, listen. She even said she got a job. Now, I'm not judging the girl, but when it started out in the pandemic, her and her boo met off Instagram, was doing Instagram stuff. Who knows what they was doing off Instagram? Hopefully not selling feet pictures. And then they hopped on a business plan that sounded good, but don't mean it's always going to be good. And I named this one the title, The Instagram Model Took the Benz Back, because sometimes we have to focus and forgive. Now, what does focus and forgive mean? I'm not trying to go all woo-woo on you, but focus means follow one course until successful. Forgive, I ain't got no acronym for that. It just means forgive, right? And sometimes what happens is people come out here and they follow one course either to not successful or they had some success and they can never really recapture the same level of success, right? And so, they done broke up. He didn't come around no more. The Latino mama be there often. But what I learned out of that is sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes business models that look really interesting online don't pan out. And a lot of people got swept up in the Torino buzz. They got swept up in the credit repair. They got swept up in affiliate marketing, swept up in the MLMs, all kind of stuff people got swept up in. It happens. But did they follow the rule? Follow one course until successful, or until you come to the conclusion you don't want to do it no more. Oh boy, over there had a bunch of rental cars. He realized he didn't want to do that no more. Atlanta's too hot for the rental cars. Atlanta is hot city for the rental cars. I don't know if the angle is about to be bad because this car done came over here messing up my light, y'all. Messing up my damn light. And so what ends up happening is we start doing something, we learn, we grow, or we leave it alone. That's really your choices. People don't want to hear that part, but you either grow or you learn to leave it alone. And so what does leave it alone mean? Hey man, that just wasn't for me. I can't make it do what it do. And I learned a lesson. Trust me, listen, I'm great at marketing. I'm great at talking on the phone. I'm great at consult calls. I'm great at helping people connect to other people. I was just on a call earlier. I gave this woman, I don't know, 6, 7 people. I was like, hey, here, call these people. How do I know all those people? Because I'm dedicated. I dig deep in the niche. There's two ways people can go. They can go wide and thin or deep into the niche. I'm not trying to be gross. I'm just saying they go really deep into a niche. And I've been truly deep into certain niches. So when I did trucking, I went with the knowledge I had, right? Focus, follow one course until successful. It took a lot of bumps and bruises, learning what works, what doesn't work, what you learned online might not work in real life. What you're doing over here may not work. What do you do when something doesn't work? What do you do when things don't go your way? What do you do when something, that sun is kicking, when something goes aloof, right? And the key is disrespectful. The phone is disrespectful. We can't even have a good chat, y'all. You know, the phone is deciding to die, take a suicide jump. Hold on a second. What about that? What about that? I don't know. Can y'all see me? I think you can. Sun cracking it up. The sun is disrespectful. All right. And so the point of what I'm trying to say is we follow one course until successful, or till we find out, okay, there's a different way to do things. There's a better way to do things. I can do things differently. And when you find that way to do it, you do it. And a lot of times out here, people are literally giving you commentary and they've done nothing but sit on the sidelines and judge from the sidelines. And that's the problem. Listen, pick a thing and go for it. A lot of you have great talent, great things you're doing. You're smart. You can do this. Go for it. And my phone don't want me to be great. It is so disrespectful. I know, right? And so what I'm hoping a lot of you get out of this channel is you get to see me be really transparent about, hey, this business model, I followed it. It didn't work. Or it works just at a smaller scale, maybe 1 or 2 trucks. I have several people who I haven't posted it, but I'm going to start posting them. Their reviews where they bought 1 truck, and in the 3-year time period, they ran it. They learned the industry. They didn't or didn't like it, and they were able to sell their truck at the top of the market and go on about their life. You know, we had a guy buy a truck for 30, turn around and was able to sell it for 50 this year. So he was able to go on about his life. And a lot of times what happens is when you don't have a mission and you don't have a purpose, it's somebody's fault, right? What's the number one thing we hear from people out here? Oh, they should teach that in school. Why don't they teach us that in school? Why don't they teach us financial education in school? What are you doing all day? What are you doing all day? Whose fault is it at 35, 40 years old that you don't have the knowledge you think you deserve to have? Whose fault is that? We have to really start taking accountability on where we go wrong, where the road turned wrong, right? Again, Detroit tennis, what's done is done. Everybody got to get out. Except for one person. I don't want him out, but everybody else got to get out, right? Get them on out. Let them start fresh somewhere else. Peace out. Let's clean the properties and sell them. Let's go on about our life. And what happens is when you don't have any skin in the game, it's easy for people to sit on the sidelines and tell you what you should have done, how you should have done it, and you should have done better. I've been in the trenches. I've worked in the financial aid offices. I did my internship at Edward Jones. I came out here to Texas. You know, I had a business, stayed open for 3 years, came out here to Texas. Literally came out here, busted my butt, apartment management, delivering pizzas at night. I've learned and grown every step of the way. I just learned a little bit. I follow the course until successful. A lot of you watch me say, man, you do a lot of stuff. I really don't. I really see every day because I don't want to be on ADHD medicine. And make sure I try to follow one course until successful. What's the number one thing I can do? I literally can educate myself, read, improve myself, get on consult calls. How can I repair A, B, and C? If I can't repair it, what can I do next? And that's the key to life, is facing and confronting some of the things where y'all went wrong. You see people always like, well, that's not fair, you know, student loan forgiveness and these houses are too expensive. Guess what's going to happen? I'm here in Austin. Are there houses that they're reducing $50,000, $60,000, $70,000? Yes, but they were already $600,000. So now they just bring it down to $550 or $480. And a lot of people, you know, if you look at these houses, they were sold about $200,000. Now, if you tell me hyperinflation's here, I would understand. But they're not trying to sell it to America as hyperinflation. They're trying to sell it to you as, oh, it's just inflation. So some of these houses aren't worth that much. They're just not. They're not. That's why I'm not building here. But they're just not worth that much, and the inventory is old. And so as a person who's here, boots on the ground, telling you what I'm seeing, I'm actively involved in construction and land development, and I see some of these YouTubers talking crazy, I just laugh. I'm like, That works for your market. Doing townhouses works for your market. Doing this works for your market. Doesn't work for everybody's market. It just doesn't. So take what you see out here as a grain of salt, but also remember, you got to give some grace on some of these folks that aren't really doing it. Like, I'm literally doing it. If I'm telling you I'm doing something, I take a financial hit if it doesn't pan out right. That's the difference. Like, I can't just be out here, yeah, I'll do anything. No, if it goes wrong, I'm the one who's got mud on my face. I've got yoke on me. I've got dirt on me. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't go perfect, even if it goes perfect and the other person's not satisfied, I still get that lick. Do you see what I'm saying? And heavy is the head that wears the crown. I tell people this all the time. You want to come out here, you want to do big things, but you also got to realize there's going to be criticism. Why? Because the average person is doing nothing. Why am I big on moving, right? There's a couple people I know moving right now. Listen, you move somewhere, it don't work, move to the next place. But always remember, you go everywhere you go. Wherever you go, you're with you. You know, if you got problems with women in South Carolina, you got problems with women in Texas. You got problems with people in Detroit, you got problems with people here in Georgia. You got problems with people in New York, you're going to have problems with people in Florida. No matter where you go with you. So the Instagram model and the boo thing, guess what? They meet online, but they come here and live together in person. Whatever problems they had them. Sometimes that happens. It runs its course. Right? That whole parking lot was full of cars where people were working from home. Now the parking lot's empty every day. Some people had to get back up in them offices. Right? I want you to understand, follow a course and keep with it. You saw me go to Jerome Montanalo on the house building project. Then you saw me go to Andy Buys houses. And we just stay with it. Two people that are saying the same sentence and stay with it. A lot of times y'all go get, I got her course, I got this course, I got that course, I got this course. And you're telling me you got split energy. I'm like, why do you have split energy? What's the overarching goal? What is the focus part where we're focusing? What is the course we're following for focus? Right? Whatever skill or talent some of y'all have, just hit that and grow it. So later tonight, we're going to have Felix on talking about flipping medical commodities, how to get an extra $500 to $1,000 a month or more. But again, it's up here. You have to determine what's the number you need. A lot of people have these really huge goals, but I want you to understand, if the foundation is shaky, it won't matter. It will crumble. It will crumble. Whatever it is, it will crumble. It doesn't matter. What's happening is there's a recession. The tide goes out. The easy money goes away. The stimmy money goes away, right? All the Forex classes, all the stock market classes, all the options trading classes, all the trucking classes, all the dispatching classes. See, it's starting to damp down. Can't you tell it's damping down? Can't you tell car sales are damping down? They will slow down more this summer. And what people are not preparing themselves for is, you can't just keep hopping from thing to thing. I need you to have an actual skill. What is the skill that carries you through? And for me, the other day I was like thinking, how hard is it for someone to restart, right? Because I was having to do a few consulting calls on people kind of restarting, and I went and just Googled free certificates, free this, free training. There was a ton of it, a ton. I mean, I can't count how many certifications we saw that you could get for free. So the argument of money is removed. The argument of different things are removed. It's really just you. It's just you focusing on that one thing till it gets better, right? My friend jokingly says, I've been watching you work out for 3 years. What's the problem? I was like, it's me. It's me, right? It's the food, it's the diet, it's the whatever. It's me, it's the sleep, it's the me. Because we try to find someone else to be the bully, someone else to be the victim, someone else. Batman came out of what? His parents getting killed. So now he running around beating up people in the streets for his whole life. Vengeance. If you saw the latest Batman where he called himself Vengeance. You got to be real careful. There's a lot of Karens out here mismanaging their energy. There's a lot of busybodies mismanaging their energy. There's a lot of people, if they weren't for being near you, they wouldn't be doing shit anyway. Manage your energy. Focus on what you can control. And follow one course until successful. Follow it. Right? So again, just literally the amount of foot to the neck of people this week have had to do to close out and sell and list properties and get cleaned out, get dumpsters moving, get stuff going, get stuff towed, get stuff moved over here, giving people paperwork. The funny thing is half the people, the hard money in the hard asset bank I had to talk to, they were like, man, you got all this paperwork ready for us. Usually this takes us weeks. And I'm like, if they're taking weeks, they weren't serious. If they're taking weeks, they were never a real business person. If I come to you because I want something, if I want you to cash me out, I'm gonna have a paperwork ready in a stack on deck, just ready to go at any time. And a lot of people don't understand that there is a difference between a hustle and a business person. A business person is somebody in it for the long haul. I'm a freedom fighter. I am fighting for the freedom to not have to go work at an office, work anywhere really for the rest of my life, where I got to kiss somebody's ass just so I can keep a job. A lot of y'all are going to 9 to 5 where you got to kiss somebody's ass to be nice to people just to work in a space where there's some, Erin Cleary talks about this, where there's some white lady flexing on y'all, trying to show she's in authority. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So what I have to do is play the long game. I'm willing to build a house and it takes 4 to 6 months. I'm willing to go work on turning properties around so we can turn around and sell them, right? Had one property, bought it for 32, now it's worth 89. Right? So we got to be able to take profits from that. That's just the game. And so a lot of times it's easier for people to hustle out here is because a hustle is an everyday little thing. Every day I'm getting up doing this, every day I'm doing a little thing, every day I'm getting up doing a little thing. Whether it's painting, it's blue collar work, it's trades, it's a lot of stuff. People get up and do a little hustle, do a little phone calls, do a little bit of this. And they think that's being a business owner. It's not. It's not. Do you have any reserve or any wiggle room in there to take a loss? I've talked to several people who've taken a loss and they still standing. They're fine. That's the name of the game. It happens. People take a loss. And so I put on there, the Instagram model took her Benz back, focus and forgive. I think, unfortunately, that girl is pissed with that dude. They broke up. She couldn't hold on to it financially. Who's going to help her take these Torino cars and drop them off unless she had to use Uber to get back and forth? People are not counting the cost of what it costs to be a boss. And that's part of what the conversation was today. I just wanted to make it super clear to y'all that there's a lot of people out here like, oh, yeah, I'm a boss. Like, no, you're not. Knowledge means without action means nothing. And a lot of y'all are out here milling over 4 or 5 years of data, never taking a step. And that just makes me sad for you because I'd rather you get out here, learn what works, learn what doesn't work. There you go. Let me see what the other thing is. I'm not trying to be here too long. I'm just had to do this. I just had to do this one because I think a lot of times what happens is people think people online are perfect and they're not. They're not. Everybody's going to take their licks. You're going to see stock people take their licks. You're going to see all kind of real estate people take a lick. You're going to see some people take some licks. It's not going to be the crash y'all think it is. It's going to be some corrections for sure. But it won't be the crash that some people are hoping for. And I want you to understand, it just won't work like that. It won't work like that. These people printing money for almost no dollars. No interest. That's what they want. Okay? Same thing with the stock market, same thing with crypto. They just had a giant crypto convention here. I completely missed it because I just was in my zone trying to get this stuff taken care of this week to close it out in 2 different states. Literally working 2 different states to close things out. Really 3. That's how Detroit, Cleveland, Florida, hardcore hitting it. And they had over 15,000 people here for the crypto event. Now, if you would have listened to the people on the internet, crypto's dead, Erica. They killed it. Did you see they killed crypto, Erica? They killed it. But they didn't. You had a bunch of people here with money. Sorry, the phone. I don't want the phone to overheat, so I'm hitting the air. They had a bunch of people here, 15,000 people here in the city of Austin, Texas, for crypto. And the conference wasn't cheap. The conference was $1,900. 15,000 people at this crypto conference. So when you talk about crypto, they weren't talking about you. No, boo, big Betty. No, you Cash App and Brendan. No, they weren't talking about $5. Can I get a puff pass? They weren't talking about you. They're advocating to doctors, lawyers, firms, hedge funds, family offices. That's who they're talking to. So be very clear on who is getting in this wealth transfer. It's a different type of folks. And it's the folks who can hold, it's the folks who can keep investing, it's the folks who can keep making money, it's the folks who can keep creating products and services. See, you hear me talking about the houses in Detroit, talking about the house in Cleveland, talking about the truck in Florida, talking about recovering things. You're also hearing me talk about finishing a book and having to listen to what the person who's the author, the audible actor, will go back and listen to hours of them speaking to make sure they didn't miss anything. Again, Madeline Suzanne, I keep telling people workforce development in Texas will pay for tech, healthcare, and skilled trades. Whoever's in here who needs that. Whoever's in here who needs that. These work from job homes are ready for y'all. People balancing 2 to 3 jobs that are low maintenance even now. Yeah. Amen. That's what I said. The same thing these white women flexing on you at these 9 to 5s. Build your business, your brand, delayed gratification. What y'all gonna see is a huge, massive uptake of 1099 from white men. I'm black men, but mostly white men. You're gonna see a huge uptake of 1099. Why? Because when they told these people to come back in this office, there was a man getting ready to, he's suing right now. He's in the south of France, living his best life. And the company said, listen, baby, you got to come back to work in the office. You can't be sitting out in the south of France. And he said, well, I'll sue. Because he's been remote all this time. You're going to see a massive 1099 rise. I wrote the book, The Rise of the 1099 Economy, 5 years ago. A lot of stuff I can go back in my videos and see the timestamp and the date stamp and tell you I know what I'm talking about. I read consistently. If you have enough patience to wait, to take a deep breath and wait, these banks are jumping off the roof right now. My phones, all 4 of them, have been ringing nonstop from capital companies and companies going, hey, you got to catch that last minute SBA thing. Hey, you want to get some funding for your business? They are searching for that last stimmy pump of money they got to put out. That EIDL just finished closing. Don't believe me? Go look it up. The EIDL had so much money left over, they just finally closed it about June 22nd, I think. Was it 22nd or 24th? And so people who were out here like, I just struggling to keep my business open, pay attention. What were the things you learned during this pandemic that you needed to learn? Online performance, online tracking meters, getting reviews, right? I went and called up Cleveland and I was looking for the real estate agents with the most reviews. One had 930 reviews. I called him. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I don't really do investment properties. I only work with luxury and high-end properties, but I can transfer you to somebody. He was sure enough going to get that referral, right? He don't work those areas, but he was going to get that referral. And what you have to understand is these folks who are only doing high-end, only doing luxury, not focusing with investors, it's going to have a rough road. They're going to have a rough road. They're going to be looking left and right. You're going to have to be working with new time buyers or first time homeowners because the inflation is going to be so high. People are going to be looking to be like, how can we pull our money together and buy a house together? Like that mom and daughter out there in Las Vegas, mom and daughter out in California where squatters move into their homes. Honey, I had a squatter for a long time. Listen, it's not for the faint of heart. I had to be like, Lord Jesus, you know, I don't want to go up there and molly whoop her, but you know. People are so delusional. I have a friend working 14-hour days to live outside her means. Got to have a long-term plan. You got to. Faith without works is dead. It's been dead. Every day I come in here and talk to y'all about the boat party. Don't I come in here every day and say, oh, the boat party, August 19th and 20th, August 19th and 20th. I literally have 4 or 5 people every day go, did the boat party pass? Did you already have the boat party? When is the boat party? Can I get a ticket for the boat party? You got to realize people are out here outside, what we call we outside this summer. They out here living. They are not paying attention. It's going to hit them. Now, people in my classic climbers, not y'all. Y'all will be up on alert. But a lot of people, there's so much going on in their personal life, they can't pay attention to another thing. So my whole thing is focus. Follow one course into successful. Don't hop out here taking 27 courses. You won't get anything done. Will you be more knowledgeable? Yes. But mostly, you have to apply it. You have to start applying the knowledge. If you don't start applying it, you don't know what works. Just start doing the one thing you know knowledge on. If you know knowledge on that, do it. If you know how to quilt, do it. If you know how to make videos, do it. How to edit, do it. The time frame of you building up your portfolio of clients and people you know is 2 to 3 years, y'all. It's not going to be overnight, but it can be 2 to 3 years. You much rather be the person people call during this pandemic than a person they don't call. Listen, John, every time I'll be on the phone like, for real? For real? You didn't know I have a boat party coming? For real? You didn't know? For real? You didn't know I had a boat party coming? It took me 6 years of education to pull a trigger on real estate. I ain't scared no more. I got my second property under contract. Congratulations. What you learn about real estate is once people see you as a doer, people will keep calling you. People will keep coming up to you. Kamari Ellis just interviewed a black man with 3 jobs. He was talking about income stacking. Woo! You need to do something because his body gonna break down. I talked to a guy yesterday that has private equity firms that want to buy off-market apartment buildings. He has buyers but can't find deals. The banks are quite hungry for business. They're hungry for people with the right paperwork. Why? Because they got burned with the PPP, right? How are people finding PPP fraud? Banks are snitching. They get money for snitching. They get money for snitching. So, of course, your teller's like, oh, Veronica, that got the PPP, that got a Benz, that lives in Section 8, snitching. It's definitely going to be off the charts. I think y'all think I'm joking. The people that were able to stay home, work from home, relax, enjoy themselves, you think they come back to these offices? No. When Rick has a particular skill that he can do maybe 4 or 5 clients a month, I want y'all to really understand this. If your bills are not astronomical, if your wife ain't out here crazy spending, if she's a stay-at-home mom, and you can kind of keep her to keep the bills low, right? Cook from home, keep the bills low. We go on date nights on Friday. If you can get her to do that, same team. Y'all got to be on the same team with that shit, though. And you have no crazy debt. You ain't out here buying Dodge Chargers and Hellcats and brand new pickup trucks. You only need about 8 to 10 clients a month. That's what people aren't understanding, that when you get your extra expenses down, you won't need all this excess money. People be calling me, you're going to need 10K, 20K, 30K a month. For what? Most people's expenses are not that high. They're not. And I'm sorry I'm moving the camera around, but I don't want it to overheat. You know what I'm saying? I think this is funny to me, but it might not be funny to y'all. That's like, yeah, it's sad. The mom and daughter on their last leg. Mom, white daughter, single mom, older mom, white mom, just they're on their last leg. They took their last of their money and put it together. That's what they did. That's how people are out here gonna be making it. I make dropping ebooks, yeah. Overemployed, yeah. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That Me Too movement, diversity trainings, in-person seminars that have nothing to do with the job. Oh, Jeff ain't got time for it. Jeff's like, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out of here. No thanks. I won't do it. You can't make me. And they're going to 1099 themselves. But who's got the skills? If all the older Jeffs at your job know how to do accounting, they only need a couple of clients a month. They only need a couple clients that they come in and do their books. Because you know why most business owners hate the books? They know the general numbers, but they are not great with the books. And after that PPP EIDLO mess, they don't want to play around. So you got a couple Jeffs out here doing accounting. You got a couple Marks out here doing HR. I remember this woman was in, she had a, a walking cane and a Porsche. And she would get out the Porsche with her walking cane and walk into the building, and she did their paperwork. She did their HR monthly, their bookings, their accounting once a month. And they paid her. And she probably does that for several jobs. Probably for several. Listen, commit fraud. Act crazy. Chicago, the police are no longer allowed to chase you for small crimes. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to start shooting people. Oh, I thought I saw a gun. Oh, I thought I saw a gun. The paperwork going to be ridiculous. I just posted 7 jobs with 200K. I'm telling you. And again, you get the skills, you get the training. Focus. Focus on one to be successful. I'm going to keep saying that all year long. Because people are saying, why do you keep talking about tech and all this stuff? And I really want you to understand, I think the biggest problem is people make too low of income. They chilling right now. They don't have a lot of expenses, so they're chilling. But this economy is not playing with them if they don't have no savings. This economy's not paying with them if the car's not paid off. If the Benz ain't paid off. See, it's not just the fact that it's a Benz, right? I'm not making fun of the Instagram girl for the Benz. I'm saying the Benz is oil change price, tires. She had low profile tires. You know what I'm saying? All those things add up, and they're not cheap. So yeah, let's trade it in and get the cheaper car. Let's really hammer down and focus, right? So a lot of times what I want people to understand is you can't do these big investments unless you have 20, 30, 40K, 50K, 100K set aside. You're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to. Even if you, and I'm not knocking you. I'm not one of those people saying, "Oh, don't invest if it's just $5." If you want to invest $5 every day, I know Timothy Fay, or what's his name? What's called it? Fay is advertising that for sure. Invest $5 a day, no problem. $5 a day times 30 days is what? $150. $150 a month times a year. What's that? Right? You know what I mean? So again, it's better than nothing. But I'd much rather you have a focused goal that you're gonna, hey, I'm gonna increase my income by 30K, 40K a year. There you go, Erica, that's a lot of money. Well, how do we make an extra 2K a month? All right, how do we make an extra 2,500 a month? That's 30K. What do we have to do? Is it digital real estate? Is it owning a property? Is it owning a duplex? Is it what? What is it? Is it managing a small business? Because look, I want you to pay attention to the advertising that's out right now. Ty Lopez and a few other people, how to have a business that gives you 2,500 to 25,000 a month. Okay, so what do you think? You got to realize the average person in America is making 30,500 a year, which is 75 million Americans are. If I give them a job, a side business, or a actual business, basically, that's gonna make them a 2,500 a month. You may not think that's anything, but for them, that lets them leave their job. And that's going to be the goal for a lot of people out here. They're going to realize they're going to get y'all back in these offices. They're going to have y'all doing the work of 2 or 3 people. You're going to be pissed. You're going to see Jeff from accounting bounce out. You're going to see Karen over here on her last diversity training. She can't take it no more. These people, they're not playing with y'all. I told y'all they're going to have y'all working like Hebrew slaves when y'all get back in these offices. They're going to be like, sure, you want to work from home? That you can make 45K a year. But if you come in the office, it'll be 82,000 a year. Now you say, Erica, there's no way he'll do that. Trust me, it's coming. It's already here in Austin. It's already some of these companies that are here. When people work for companies out in LA, they're telling them, you're not coming back to California? Okay, you got to take a 10% cut off the rip. We ain't firing you, but you got to take a 10% cut right off the rip. So what is that person going to do? They either going to search for a new job or what? Keep being remote. I just left Starbucks and the guy in there was like, oh, I'm going on vacation. I said, oh, where are you going? Because we're waiting on the drink. And he's like, I'm going to Miami. I'm like, oh, you'll love it. He's like, I'm from there. Baby, how you get all the way out here? How you get all the way out here to Pflugerville from Miami? You know how? Cost. It costs so much to live in Miami. It costs so much. It's too high for a guy working at Starbucks. And I'm not counting his dollars, but I'm just saying, it's much better to be here in Pflugerville, Texas than to be Miami. Like y'all think these New Yorkers ain't gonna be much better to be in Atlanta with all that crime, but a cheaper apartment, a huge big old apartment. Them New Yorkers is coming, y'all. Oh no, Erica, all the New Yorkers that left already left. No, the New Yorkers who were smart enough to buy a home left in 2020. The California folks who were smart enough to buy a home, they left in 2020. Everybody I've gotten on the phone with a consult, and I say, hey man, I just bought a house. I don't regret it. That's the number one thing people keep saying. I don't regret it because that rent is crazy. At least I got in at this price point. But they got you out here believing all these millennials are sad about house prices. They not. Productivity is better when people are in the office. That's what they saying. They saying y'all got to get back in there. There you go. There you go, Tim. You already know. 911. New York police ain't even responding to calls. Neither is Detroit police. How much do you really need for retirement? People are not asking these real questions. We were just talking about you on my live last night. Not only are Indian HB1 visas coming, the Ukrainians are coming as well, and tech roles. Listen, I saw a bunch of Ukrainians up in Yellowstone working the hotel industry. You gonna say how? They called out to the colleges first. If you're a college student in Ukraine, you can come apply and get first position in some of these travel hospitality roles. Y'all don't understand. Like, the easy jobs are over. The easy, low level, just come take the job for the summer. I'ma just fold clothes at Old Navy for the summer and chill. That's over. It's over. It's much better if you go out here and get you a few certs and keep it pushing. One of y'all sent me the thing. I apologize, I don't remember her name, but she sent me a thing about Google UX certificate. There's some Google UX certificate. If you get it, the job is paying $92,000 a year. And this is for people with no experience. It's the Google UX, which is, I think, customer experience. One of y'all let me know. Kamoy came on here talking about customer experience, y'all. Kamoy came on here 3 years now talking about her class. Folks aren't ready. Finally did a YouTube live because of you. Your work ethic is a big reason why you're winning. I gotta catch up, or at least try. Just try to tell people, I may not be right on everything. I may have to educate myself and get better at stuff, and ask for forgiveness and say, listen, I didn't know what I was doing, or this didn't go right, or I've added this to my team. You know, I was on my damn neck of my accountants today. I was sending so many emails. I see some people, they're like, okay, I see it. You know what I mean? But you don't know till you try. You don't know the data till you try. That's why people that really work independent, like actually have a business and love it, the thought of having to go back to an office is like, shit. Now, people in the list of as a craftsman, right? Or a person who's a big mission person, they don't care, right? But a freedom fighter does care. Master IT, I'm telling you, the freedom you'll have when all of a sudden people gonna come and be like, oh my God, I gotta get in tech. I gotta get in tech right now. They're gonna be all like this. Oh my God, I gotta get in tech. I gotta get in tech. And who are they gonna find? They're gonna find you. They're gonna find you. Because you know why? People know what they need to do. They're waiting to the last minute till they have to do it. That's all. Yep, Ukraine was a big tech center. Lots of apps like PDF experts, documents. On top of Ukraine having a lot of truck drivers and truck mechanics, diesel mechanics. One of the biggest things we get out of Europe is diesel mechanics. They still work on what? Stick shifts. In America, we are going to be short 452,000 diesel mechanics in 10 years. Let me say that again. In 10 years, we're going to be short 452,000 diesel mechanics. There was a reason I was trying to buy the mechanic shop out in Gerald, because I talked to a woman. We ended up working together. She had built a school at her location. She had 18 bays. The government is paying her money to send people there to be diesel mechanics. Now, here's the problem. You say, well, the military got mechanics and these areas. No, it's different type of mechanics. A military man that works in automotive, it does not trade well over to semi trucks. It doesn't. They literally have to train a lot of these guys up from scratch. And it's a puzzle. Working on automotive is a puzzle. What sounds are you hearing? What's pinging? What's making noise? When I was looking at it, I said, oh my God, I'm going to have to hire like a strongman to take over this whole thing, to manage this whole thing, because the recruitment will be nonstop. Recruiting people. I mean, we were literally offering, hey, listen, you get a $3,000 sign-on bonus to come out here and work. And people were like, oh, that's too far. I don't want to work over there. That's where people are still at. They're still like, I don't want to work that far. I don't want to do that. Because they know they're in demand. Just like semi-truck drivers know they're in demand, diesel workers know they're in demand. They know the industry will be out short 452,000. They know it. So again, y'all got to understand what's coming. When Aaron Clary said you will see the return of men to blue collar like you've never seen before, and you already hear Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell talking about there's too many people. There's too many people not working. Now, what does that mean? There's too many people comfortable. We need y'all begging for these jobs. So I'm telling you now, if there's a skill on your mind, go get it. If there's a certification that's maybe 2-3 weeks, go get it. They're going to start putting these little barriers in between stuff. Because right now, it's open. The barriers are in y'all mind. Y'all creating barriers. We talk on the phone with some of y'all, oh, I can't do this because of this. No, you can't. You can do whatever. You can apply for government contracts almost with no skill. You can apply for a lot of things with no skill. No skill. But give it a few years, you're going to have the flush of immigrants. If you think it's bad here, they're already having recession in other places. Why is this event in Panama? because Panama's real estate's on sale. Where do people go? Panama. They speak English. Donald Trump's down there. Donald Trump's hotel's down there. Trust me. Panama City's been an expat location for 10 years now. Y'all not paying attention. The people are going to be flooding here because the need to work, to have a job, to have access to work. America is the easiest country to come get a job, is what they tell you. Now, is it hard on how people act and racism and guns and stupid stuff? For sure. But overall, easy to be here. Hard socially. I've met several Indian people who are like, y'all all just live alone. It's just weird. Because they're used to living piled up in a house with a bunch of people. And I could say there's probably some benefits to that. You have no choice. Email us, sir, at admin.classyclimbers.com. We'll talk more offline. I'm telling you, they're making $1 million and up. I'm telling you. I don't plan on retiring. I'll be working, sitting at a computer working. That's a good place to be. You probably are. They coming to get them tech jobs. They're not playing with y'all. User experience. Thank you so much. Our HOA just sent us a new rule that want to implement will allow them to evict our tenants if the tenants break the rules. So my husband and I are hoping to sell, baby, sell. Because it's not going to just stop there. They're going to be like, your tenant was parked on the grass. They got to go. Your tenant had music playing after 11 o'clock. They got to go. They will come with new stuff every day. 92K. Literally, Google's been trying its hardest to recruit people. And this black girl went on TikTok and did a video and it went viral. See, I want y'all to understand, they're not coming to Atlanta. They ain't coming to Tampa. They ain't coming to Houston. They ain't coming to Dallas. They ain't coming to Detroit. They're not coming anywhere. Like, hey, black folks, y'all want to come over here and do these tech? They're not going to do that. To me, that would be the easiest thing. If I was a company in America, I'm going to just go where poor black people are and be like, I got a boot camp. Come to boot camp. Your job going to pay you $70K out the gate. Man, you have so many people lined up for the boot camp. You'd have them lined up. But that's not how these companies think. They think, you know what, I'm going to get a foreigner. They're going to be appreciative. They're going to be at work starting stuff. They ain't going to be tripping about diversity and microaggressions. They're going to come to work and shut up. Which they not lying. I can't think of it. Wouldn't cross my mind. I told Tam, I was like, I could do something remote. But I got to go in the office? I was like, might as well do help desk if you got to go in the office. Let me tell you something. If your company makes $300,000, you take home $200,000, you're the reason your company don't make a mill. You gotta have, when you have companies, you gotta set aside a marketing budget. I'm talking to too many people that have no marketing budget. And so either your marketing budget is gonna be $50,000 a person coming to your office, because each person, there's a rule of thumb. Each person that comes work for you should produce $350,000 worth of income for your company. So can you hire somebody for $50K and they produce all this return for you? If you can't, there's a problem, right? Number two, $50,000 in marketing. Like, take that money. If you don't want to pay an employee, take that money and put it in marketing. By the end of the year, you will need staff. There are people right now who are running, I'm just telling you like this, they were running $2 to $3 grand marketing budgets, getting 30 to 40 grand back a month. I am certain, without a doubt, their current marketing budget is 30, 40,000 a month. And they're getting it. Thank you, Doug. I have, if you go back and look on Tech Tuesday, Kamoy's done several classes. There's even one where she talks about user experience. I may share it on the community tab. People laugh at the Golden Girls. Look at 4 women in a house making. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a lot of Golden Girls. People. That's why when men sit here and go, "You're gonna die alone with a dog," I'm like, have you not watched the Golden Girls? Have you not watched that women will pile up people and women in the house? Even in Alaska, you got all these homeless men. You don't have homeless women. One, because you don't have a lot of women in Alaska. But two, also, they're going to find a home for them women. You need a home, girl? I got a home for you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody jokingly said the other day that I was talking about ugly women have to work. They were like, nah, some of these men will take this ugly woman. And I was like, y'all need Jesus. But anyway, Yeah, they would, but they gotta be focused. So anyway, that's what I have for y'all. I just want to say that I just want y'all to understand you gotta focus. Follow one course into successful. If some of y'all actually step out and do one of these two or these things you think about doing, you'll see if it works or not quickly. You'll know quickly if it works, if it don't. Same thing with the trucking. By the time I was up here, I was like, oh my God, I gotta peer down, right? And one of the company guys was very smart. He told me, he said, listen, if you just have 2 trucks, you'll be fine. If you have 3, you'll be fine. Anything more than that, it's gonna be a madhouse. And he was right. He was right. I learned, learned. You know, if you got multiple properties going on and projects going on, you need staff. You will need an on time, full board captain person on staff managing or being an accountant. I've told y'all this every time. If I could start over 3 years ago, I would have an on staff accountant, on staff social media manager, and on staff operations manager. Point blank period. That's what I would do. So now hiring at a different level and also going to travel Europe. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to finish out my new construction properties. But I hope this information was helpful to you guys. And we'll do our second show on helping you get an extra $500 to $1,000 a month income. Because yeah, you'll need it. John, this is so true. And I ought to be ashamed sharing it, but John, I'm in Walmart like somebody slept with her. Jesus is Lord. So, you know, when you line up for a lot of money, yeah. I don't want to be fake nice at work. It's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. It's degrading to have to go and be nice to people that are not nice to you. I'd rather not have to do that. I'd much rather go. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all can't counsel nobody. Y'all can't get rid of nobody. As long as a person has enough money on a credit card or just can use the phone, they can start over. At the event we were at, the Better Way conference, this girl got counseled, her and her husband. And all she did was put the face of this company. They started a new company. They put the face of somebody else, this other white girl in front of it, and let her be on the Instagram and everything. And it started making money, millions of dollars, right? Because they had lost all this money because they got canceled. And that company started making millions of dollars. And then finally, they let it back out little by little that it was them blowing. Y'all got to understand. Y'all got to understand. They'll move it around. They'll put somebody else's face on it. They'll do other stuff. Again, when Michael Sneed said, man, you buy a truck and put some guy in it, some of y'all could buy 2 trucks, wrap them. They'd be like, who is this new company in town taking over? And you be at the phone working the phone, at the house working the phone, while the men out doing pictures and taking pictures and driving trucks. Y'all gonna learn one day that a lot of people are just move it around. As long as you got a credit card, you can pay payroll, you can be low key. F all this social media stuff. You can go off of social media any day. That's the thing. People wrap up their feelings in this social media. They need to be liked. I don't care if you like me. You liking me is a bonus. I like me. My daddy showed me how to like me. My mama showed me how to like me. You liking me is a bonus. You know, you don't understand. I was a little girl with crooked feet growing up. Feet was all messed up. Trust me, you liking me is a bonus. I'm good. Like, no matter what you say or do to me, I'm good. Have a credit card, have enough money to build a new construction, you're good. So anyway, you guys, this is your girl Erica Classic Clown Blog. I think you guys have heard enough. But you'll see me later with Felix flipping medical mollies. You're looking for a way to make your $500 to $1,000 a month. It's a great show to come on later. Later.